go. 12 days till Christmas, Samboners. On the 12th day of Christmas, my Samboners gave to me 12 breakfast johns, 11 parms of parming, 10 HRBs, 9 chicken cutlets, 8 barbecue, 7 Widowitowski, 6 cheeseburgers, 5 chicken chick, 4 fried chicks, 3 cheesesteaks, 2 hot roast pork, and an Italian hoagie. What's going on, Sambo Nation? And welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of the Samboner Show. Hope everybody's having a real nice day. 12 days till the big day, till the big fucking fat ass makes his way down the chimney and delivers all those big and little presents for your little kitties and maybe your wife or your significant other. It's a beautiful, beautiful time to be merry. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Appreciate all the love, the support. You know I'm going to keep on Samboning. Hope you keep on Samboning too. Making some transitions here thanks to our good friends at Not For Long Media. It's a slow transition. By 2024, you're going to start to see some good changes here. Always continue to evolve here in the Sambonerhood, as I like to say. It's a beautiful time to be a Samboner. I'm going to take a big, deep breath here. Decided to fire up a little episode here on this beautiful Wednesday. 12 days of Christmas. Shout out to our good friends, Little Hippies, littlehippies.com. Send me this little Dead Bear holiday t-shirt. You just absolutely gotta love it. Nothing but love here in the Sambonerhood. Appreciate shout out to our good sponsors, the original Fudge Kitchen, shipping fudge all over the country. No better time to get Fudge game on here around the holidays. FudgeKitchens.com. Another big shout out to our good friends Pete and Gus, Pete's Famous Pizza, Moustaki. Oh, baby, Moustaki, authentic gyro. No better time to get your Greek gyro game on. The Greek pizza at Moustaki's is unbelievable. Pete's Famous Pizza continues to crush it. I was just telling the story about the tailgate for the money we raised for the Ronald McDonald House. What an unbelievable event. And when Pete's Uber driver delivered the Strombolis, 8 Strombolis, we brought them over the fence. We laid them on the table. They were gone in 8 freaking minutes. They were that good. Everybody was raving about these Strombolis. It's wild card month. Get your Sambone on. No better time to go down to Pete's Famous Pizza and try the world famous Stromboli. Appreciate all the love and support. Like I said, it's wild card month. We're moving. We're shaking. Not a lot of booze to be said just yet. I'll tell you what, Samboner Mick has been taking it easy Monday through Thursday, trying to just kind of scale back because you know in a short couple of days, the holiday parties are going to start to kick into high gear. Christmas Eve, Christmas will be here before you know it. Well, let me just tell you a little something about Christmas. You know what? I actually saved the Christmas stories for another day, but I guess a little skeptical, Samboners. But you know what? We reel it all back in. We're keeping it all together day by day, little by little. Woo! Let's fucking go, Sambone Nation. I'll tell you what, man. You just got to love it, really. You got to love, like yesterday, I'm just going to kind of take one step back. Like I woke up Tuesday morning with those Tuesday blues, and I rarely get the blues. Who am I kidding? We're human, right? Human nature. You get those blues. Like, you know, Tuesdays become the new Monday anymore. Like, I love Mondays. As a matter of fact, like, I love going out on Monday nights. I love watching Monday Night Football, but man alive, Tuesday kicks you right in the ball sack. And, you know, I woke up with those Tuesday blues and I said to myself, look, I got to get out. I got to get out of the house. I got to go get my Sambone on. There's no better feeling than getting your Sambone. And like every day, you don't always have that Samboner feeling. But yesterday I said to myself, go drop a Sambone, get those Tuesday blues out of your system. And just like that, we head down to South Philadelphia at the original Ricci's. Like, this place has been around for 100+ years. Rich and the family holding it down tight for the last 20, 23 years. What an unbelievable, it's almost like the Tillos in the Northeast. Like, just nothing but tender, love, care, family, fun, feel good. Like, you watch them make this hoagie and you're just like, this is why I'm a Samboner. Like, look at the fucking TLC going into this hoagie. This is exactly why I come down here and do what I do. Hooked up with, and it gets better, Samboners. This is exactly why you just got to get out of your house every once in a while. Go get your Sambone on. Look, I know it ain't easy, but it's a ton of fun, and it's sure as hell necessary. So we run into our good friend, Delco Danny. No, I've never met Delco Danny. Him and I were connecting dots. We knew a lot of the similar people in his circle, and there's just something to be said about Delco Danny. Like, what a guy. Honestly, what a guy. Grinding out there. He had his iPad in hand. He's hitting all the local bars and all the local breweries. He's slinging his product out of Penn Beer. Shout out Penn Beer. But Danny was grinding. But one thing was for shit sure. He wasn't going to skip his lunch. He wasn't going to skip his Sambone action. And just like that, Danny from Delco, or Delco Danny, as I said, makes his Samboner debut. We posted up right outside of the original Reach. He's right in South Philadelphia. And let me just tell you, like, you just gotta love it. Look, for what it's worth, I continue to get a lot of people come up to me and asking me, you know, where I'm from, and they think I'm from Delco. No, I'm not from Delco. But if I ever had to do it over again, I'd sure as hell love to live in Delco. There's nothing like that small town, Irish, Catholic, just a culture that they've built. You know, half of them probably went to St. Dots and so forth and so on. But I grew up in Bucks County, Southampton, Pennsylvania. Our Lady of Good Counsel, man. We were singing those Christmas songs and those church songs just as much as the kids in St. Dots were. But there is something to be said about that small town living. But here's where I'm going with this, right? I don't think there's anywhere else in the world, Samboners, honestly, from a Delco standpoint, right? We talk about Delco all the time. We talk about Delco down the shore. That's probably the only county in the entire world that represents their county off their deck with flags. But that said, Delco Danny makes his debut. We dropped the video last night, and in the comments comes another Delco Danny, like, yo, hold the phone. The real Delco Danny's here. I'm like, you got to be shitting me. The real Delco Danny is here. And then, like, fast forward 2 more hours, some other guy's tagging the real Delco Danny. So there we go. Just out of like one little post, you know, across the Samboner community, there's 3 Delco Dannys out there trying to claim who the real Delco Danny is. And for that, Delco, Delaware County, is the greatest. You heard it here first. White collar, blue collar, I don't give a fuck what you are. Delco is the absolute greatest. Oh my God. So original Ricci's, holy shit. Again, shout out to those guys. Absolutely killing it. That Italian hoagie, 9.6. Like, honestly, God, I say 9.6. The reason I say 9.6, here's why. Right? And people are always attacking me on the Samboner scale. Everybody's in the 9s. Everybody's in the 9s. You're going to honest to God, here's the logic behind our scale, the Samboner scale. Like, if you're in the top 10, you're automatically in the 9s. If you're an establishment that is producing a Italian hoagie like Original Ricci's, they've been doing it for 100+ years. The door is a revolving door, in, out, in, out. They must do 600 to 700 hoagies a day, right? In my mind, that is a top 5 hoagie. But not only is it a top 5 hoagie, being the fact that we are in the sandwich capital of the entire world, it's the best hoagie you will ever find on this planet. So for that, being that it was a 9.6, in my opinion, it's the 4th best Italian hoagie that I have ever had in my entire life. So keep doing what you're doing. Original Ricci's, franchising too. I know the guy that's running the franchise. So if you want to, reach out to me and start up a Ricci's, I'm your guy. I'm your guy. But here we go, Sambo Nation. Nothing but a ton of fear. Ton of fun here in the Sambonerhood, the Samboner show. We're firing on all cylinders. Woo! 12 days till Christmas. Holy shit balls. Where do we want to go next? I mean, this is just like the best time to just get after it. But also, you got to reel it all back in. You got to set aside time to get your holiday movie action on. Like, anytime the kids want to sit down on the couch and watch just a classic Christmas movie, I am in. That said, where am I going with this? Oh, we watched this movie. It was kind of cheesy on Netflix the other night. It was called Candy Cane. Oh, no, not Candy Cane Lane. Candy Cane Lane was actually not that bad. The movie we watched prior to that was like the family swap of some sort. What the fuck was it called? The Netflix Christmas movie Family Swap. Ah, dude, it was really twisty. I thought it was awful. My daughter looked at me and said, "Dad, that movie sucked." But there was a clip in that movie that reminded me of this time. I think like the dad might have shit his pants or something like that. Like, has anybody out there ever shit their pants or like, you know, sharded? Like, excuse my French, but like sharded. That's not even a curse word, but like when you actually go to fart and like shit comes out, like it happens, right? It really does. I have a couple incidents where that has happened to me. Where I've technically, you know, I've shitted my pants. The one that rings a bell right out of the gate was back at Philmont Country Club, where we were caddying, we were toting bags, right? We would do 18 holes, then we'd work the rest of the day in the pro shop, and then every once in a while we would get roped in to going back out. And this particular day, that just happened, right? I got roped to going out and doing another 18 holes. I couldn't even feel my legs, but I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to go, you know, make another $120. It'll be worth it in the end, unless, you know, we go to Atlantic City later that night and I blow it. But that's neither here nor there. So we always talked about taking that gamble, right? Like you were rushed to the tee box. Like, we need you on the first tee in 2 minutes. I'm like, dude, I just had like lunch and I had a chance to, we need you on the first tee. So, all right, there's no choice, really. You got to go gamble. You got to go hit another 18 holes, knowing that there's a good chance that you have to use the bathroom, right? So here's me like walking up like the 5th hole, I'm squeezing, Jesus Christ, it's going to happen. I'm not going to make it to the halfway house. There's just no way. And boom, just like that, we're walking down the 6th hole. I tried to let, and boom, it just, fuck yeah, this is disgusting. I can't even believe I'm sharing this story, but no, like, it's just real stuff. Like, next thing you know, there's shit fucking running down my leg. I shit my pants. I leave my 2 bags there. My caddy mate, I'm like, dude, you got to carry all 4 of these bags. I got to run 3 holes over to the halfway house and clean this shit up. Literally, got to clean this shit up. And that was just one of the experiences that I had. And then when I was watching that movie, I just was like chuckling and laughing to myself, like, holy shit, that was one for the ages. That was one day for the ages. I had another incident too, and I'm drawing a blank. But you know what? I think we're good with all the shit stories for now. But yeah, dude, nothing like just kind of winding down, watching the holiday movies. We got to rank some holiday movies. But, you know, at the end of the day, like Christmas Story, in my opinion, takes the cake, #1. And then National Lampoon's Christmas takes #2. But, like, I'm not selling out the Christmas Story. Like, gonna knock your eye out, kid. Like, that's just, to me, like, rewind on rewind on rewind. You'll catch yourself watching it 3 times. It's that good, and it's that traditional. And that's what we're talking about here in the Samboner Show. We're firing on all cylinders, nothing but a ton of fun. Oh, baby, man. I could go back and hang with Delco Danny all day long. I heard he's a big fan of Charlie's. Charlie's Bar, baby. No better spot. No better spot. And, you know, I was just another quick story I had. Like, you know, it's interesting because, you know, ever since we started this Samboner thing, people come up to me and are like, dude, you're not. I'm like, yeah, I hide it well, right? At the end of the day, like, but when you're eating and drinking and trying to just, you know, continue to do what we're doing, like, you got to work out, right? You got to eat, you got to sleep, you got to move. You got to move. So we're always moving. We're pounding a bag. We're hitting a bike. We're taking the dog for a walk. But, like, I got to tell you, like, I was at the Willow Grove Mall the other day. Santa Claus lost a good 80 pounds. I went up, I started talking to him. I was like, yo, dude, what's going on? Hey, Santa, how you doing, man? We got Atkins tie-in. You stopped Samboner. Like, what's going on? You dropped like 80 pounds. He goes, man, thanks for noticing. Like, he was super proud of it. But I'm starting to think to myself, like, Santa, you're not allowed to lose weight. Like, if I'm an 8-year-old kid coming up to Santa and sitting on his lap, I'm thinking to myself, like, who the hell are you? What? Since when is Santa skinny? Like, there's just no way Santa is allowed to be skinny. But at the Willow Grove Mall, Santa Claus is coming in at 140 pounds soaking wet. So I'm calling major violation. I hope there's nobody under the age 13 listening to this. I know my son doesn't listen to this. I tell him not to, at least. He might sneak one in here and there. Kid's an absolute Samboner. But, dude, the Willow Grove, come on, dude. You could do better than that. There's just no way Santa Claus should be 150 pounds soaking wet. And Bear with me, Samboners. I just tried to fire this up. The weekend's going to come quick. We got another location episode coming up tomorrow, which we'll probably push out the following week. We're going to do all things Southampton, PA, Bucks County. Appreciate all the love and support there from some of the fine establishments there in Southampton. And, we'll be giving some good shout outs, and we'll be telling some good stories about my heyday growing up in Southampton, the U Center, Cecil's Hut, Kenny's Bar, Village Inn. You know the drill. It's going to be nothing but a ton of fun. Until then, we're going to be firing up the weekend early, often. And I can just tell you right now, now that it's 12 days till Christmas, the weekend will continue to run from Thursday all the way till Tuesday. And then you got to get back to that grind, like Tuesday, Wednesday, and then boom, we're just like that. And it's Christmas. What else did I have on here? There's a lot going on, man. There really is. There's a lot going on here in the Sambonerhood, the Samboner show. It's good to try to do this. Like, it's almost like a second round. Like, we fire up the weekend. I'm sorry, we shake down the weekend. Our good friends Colin Thompson, our good friends Mike Gill. If you're in South Jersey, listen to Mike Gill, man. 2 to 6, ESPN Radio. He's been holding down the fort there for at least 15 years. Guy just does an unbelievable job breaking down all the Philly sports teams, beer advocate at heart, and just a good listen overall. And, we talk about the Eagles, and it's almost impossible, right? Like we like to kind of just shake down the weekend. So we do that episode on Monday, but it's almost impossible to gather all your thoughts and really kind of get a understanding of what is going on and what has happened to this team. And I'm not one to call shots. I'm not one to even fire the coach or those douchebags that sit out the NovaCare complex, run the ball or fire Sean Desai. Give me a fucking break. Honest to God, I think that is such bullshit. You think the boo is bad? The boo is tough love. But if you have a fan, a true Philadelphia Eagles fan, are you going to call him a true Philadelphia Eagles fan? The guy that's going to sit outside the NovaCare with a sign that says "Fire Sean Desai." Dude, in my opinion, you're an absolute douchebag, and I'm starting to get annoyed with and I much credit to anybody out there pushing content and growing their following. That's great, but the redundancy around it and all these different pages showing this off, that's the picture that you want to paint for Philadelphia, that we have total tool bags sitting on the corner of Broad and Patterson outside the NovaCare complex saying "Fire Sean Desai." Look, dude, we're in a tough little stretch right now. But at the end of the day, Samboners, we're 10-3. We're one of the best teams in football. We have one of the best quarterbacks in football. 2 fucking weeks ago, he was the leading candidate for MVP. So, don't sit there and just, lose faith and lose hope on the fucking Eagles, right? We have 4 more weeks to figure this out before we get into the postseason, starting Monday night against the Seattle Seahawks, okay? We go in there and we take care of business. Week by week. This is a week-by-week league, right? I mean, we don't look and monitor all the rest of these teams and all the struggles that they're having, and it's hot and cold across the board. Look at the Kansas City Chiefs. At the end of the day, the Baltimore Ravens are truly the only candidate to win the AFC, but guess what? They won't. Somebody else will sneak in there and steal the show. And 3 weeks prior, that fan was probably talking shit on that team. That's how the world works, right? So, stop being so negative. I'm not against the boo. I think the boo is a friendly, just motivator. And if you can't get behind the boo, then this city is just not built for you. But to the guys sitting on the corner at Broad and Patterson, "Fire Sean Desai," blah, 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 blah. Seriously, get a life. Get a life. Because honest to God, I have a ton of faith. I'm feeling more optimistic than I was on Monday. Waking up Monday sucks. Talking about the Eagles coming off that kind of performance. But dude, all I'm saying is get back to the basics. There's no reason that after the first quarter, your leading rushing person from an attempt standpoint should be Jalen Hurts, right? The way they came out in the second half, running downhill with DeAndre Swift. Now, granted, the turnovers are going to kill you, but get back to that. That's what we need. That's what opens up the field. That's what continues to grow the momentum across the entire game, right? So, if we can get that mojo going, that opens up the field for Hurts to run or pass, and it just gets everybody involved. So I think just a couple tweaks. And, for that matter, I hope we're not exhausted, right? I did hear somebody say that, maybe this team is exhausted. I hope that that's not the case, because I truly believe, if there's a way we can get to week 18 and rest some of these players and give them a good, 2.5 weeks off until the first playoff game. And my God, your Philadelphia Eagles I'm telling you right now, are Super Bowl bound. I still truly believe that the Eagles are going back to the Super Bowl. So have that faith. And for those guys out there like cherry picking and talking shit on coaches, like, dude, that's for after the season, man. Because honest to God, you weren't saying that shit in the first 12 games. Honest to God, man. Oh, God. See that? I get off my, I get on a tangent, and that's it. Did I really tell a story about shit in my pants? I really did. I told that story. Oh, my God. I'm going to have to cut that one out. But, Samboners, this is the best time of the year. I always talk about that, too. I love talking about the best time of the year, sports-wise, just everyday life-wise. But this is truly the best time of the year. It's really, in the United States, it's only 2 weeks of the year where, they actually let you kind of unwind, even for, that corporate America world that we all truly love and hate to love. But, it's one of those times where, cherish the moments, man. Honestly, get to any one of your kids' games as much as you can and hang out, watch movies, pepper them, screw off with them, play basketball with them, do whatever you can. Because just like that, it'll be 2024 and everybody's going to be panicking. What should we do now? What are my New Year's resolutions? What are my New Year's goals? Right? I don't believe in any of that. Just keep grinding, keep pushing, keep working hard, keep having fun, make somebody happy, do a good deed. Ah, man, just like that. Another episode of the Samboner Show comes to a conclusion. We got another one firing up next week. Who knows? Maybe 2024 we'll be doing it every day, but nothing but a ton of fun. Appreciate all the love and support. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Until next time, don't shit your pants. Samboner out. Pop that Sambone, and baby, it's on. Dropping